let's put it this way. If they're going to win a Super Bowl this year, Tom Compton will be starting in that game. Mike McGlinchey is not walking through that door. He's out for the year. And, Tom Compton is a really good run blocker. He really is. He's like better than Mike McGlinchey. Their running game to the right side has improved since Mike McGlinchey went down, but pass blocking, he's like having a tight end at tackler. He's so bad. Can't even stay on his feet. Can the 49ers can any team win a Super Bowl with Tom Compton starting at right tackle? That's not a fair question. How do the let's go more how do the 49ers mitigate the impact of this guy's pass protection?
You have to limit obvious passing downs. That's the only way to do it. I mean,
don't fall behind.
Like, I even thought of like certain times, like when it's obvious passing downs, you just bring in more. But like, I know he's messed up, but he's messed up with mental cues, right? Which are correctable. Yeah. Tom Compton just physically gets manhandled.
Yes.
So that's a problem. So that's not gonna get corrected.
No, and so like again, when I look at the 49ers skeptically, I'm looking at a couple of positions. Kicker, right tackle,
right guard,
and number 2 corner. Yeah. I mean, Ambry may not play again this season. It could be Johnston, but how big of an upgrade is that? Really? How big of an upgrade is that? Johnston. That's the savior. Dante. I know. I'm no offense. I mean, he's not a corner. He's not a starting corner. He's do it all special teams vet, great player to have on your team. But really, he's your 8th option at cornerback, and now he's starting. So we're talking Compton here. I'm just trying to say, like, are the Niners overrated or underrated? Well, they have Tom Compton in their starting lineup, and he lost the game for them 2 weeks ago. They couldn't throw right with the game on the line because of him. So are the Niners contenders, pretenders? I just don't know how far you can go with this guy.
Didn't he give up 2 sacks Sunday?
Yes. And it's like just getting blown by around the edge. Like, really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
is Jalen Moore really worse than that?
It's the entire right side, right? It's just physically can get manhandled. The entire right side. Brunskill has issues. I saw one play where Brunskill was getting driven back, like seemed like 5-7 yards into the backfield. So it's the entire right side.
And the offensive line definitely limits the effectiveness of the offense. But so does Jimmy Garoppolo's limitations. And I really feel that I always come back to the Moneyball aspect. Jimmy Garoppolo's being overpaid and taking up all that money is a big contributing factor for why the right side is weak, for why the cornerback depth is weak. If you're spending $27 million on a quarterback, that it comes at the expense of depth and probably some starters too. So, I mean, it's not Jimmy's fault, but it's the organization's fault. And it's Jimmy's fault by proxy. So sorry. This is you get the Tom Compton experience now. Make the most of it.
I agree with that. I saw a tweet out there like that there wasn't, if the 49ers didn't have Jimmy Garoppolo, there weren't any corners out there that they could get. That's not true. No, they could have traded for Stephon Gilmore for a 6th round in 2035, and they could have had Stephon Gilmore on the roster.
You could have better backups too, as opposed to, what you got.
Yeah.
Dante. Lenore and Ambry. Come on. Like they could have had actual vet backups as opposed to Lenore and Ambry. Who it's hard to say who's worse.